Hello everybody, let's see, this time I am going to demonstrate a sample, a small Selenium framework using TestNG, which uses the TestNG class in order to run my entire framework. So I have created a Selenium package here, and under this package I have kept these Java classes. If you need the code, you can approach me anytime. I can provide you guidance. Actually, this code has been inspired by Tools QA. For the initial code I used Tools QA, and then I added my features for the property files and all. So let's see how this framework works. The framework is driven by driverscript.java. It starts with reading. It first creates the read config file, read config class instance. So what the read config does is it reads the config files for the paths, for the test case path and for the test data path. Then it converts the test case path into string, and then it opens the test cases Excel. It reads the test cases Excel line by line, and for this it refers to action keyword.java. What the action keywords.java does is it goes to this site store.demoqa.com, and then it reads the keywords. The keywords are passed to this Java file, and then it invokes these functions: input username, input password, click login, and eventually it triggers the scripts. So let's see how this functions. I will show you the sample files later on, but first we will see how this functions. So driverscript.java, I trigger this file. This has been created using Google Chrome. A new instance of Google Chrome is launched. Once it comes here, it will click the my account link, and then it enters the username, password, logs in and logs out. That's it, and then it closes the browser. That is all that this sample script is doing. I just made this script to demonstrate how the TestNG class works. If you check the Selenium documentation, you will find that there is no provision to directly provide a driver script when you use TestNG. For this, I used an indirect approach. I created a driver class, TestNG class, and then put the driver script into that class so that it does the required function. So it first reads the config file, then it invokes a new class for everything, like read config.java is one class, excelutils.java is another class. This excelutils.java governs the Excel file for the keywords, and driver script is the main driver file. Read properties file is another Java file, Java class that reads the properties file. I will show you how the properties file looks and how the config file looks. This is the properties file. I have created an OR. OR is nothing but object repository. I have created an object repository in a notepad, and this in turn will pick the objects from here, and it will do the required functionality with the objects on the screen. When this XPaths match on the screen, it will pass the test case. If the XPath do not match, the test case will fail. So this is how the OR is structured. There are many ways to structure ORs, of course. but everything I have not covered in this video. And the second file, just a minute, there is one data engine file. This data engine file will, let it open first. This data engine file will have all the keywords. The test cases file invokes the individual tab which has the individual test case. So this is how the login script is working, login and log out. So it goes from test cases to login 01. So that's how the flow is governed, and the test step ID is shared between the test case ID is a primary key over here, which becomes the test step ID, and I have put logic where it matches the test case ID with the test step ID, and as long as the test case ID and the test step ID match, the test case ID is matching with the tab name over here, so it will execute all the test cases in this particular tab. That's how this sheet functions. Then there is a test data sheet which has the test data related to all the steps. So here I have just put username, password, Pinakin C, and username and password. So the tab name, that if you notice, the tab name is the same, login_01. This is the config file that gives the test case path and test data path, and this test case path and test data path are later used in the driver script to fetch the individual Excel files. So this is the basic structure of the framework. You can of course enhance this framework as per your needs. You can customize this framework, but this is a sample framework to start with. If you need any more information regarding frameworks or the code that I have used, you can anytime contact me or put comments on this channel. And of course, if you find this video useful, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and post comments and like the video. Thank you.